Hi, hello, this is Anup here. And in this video, what we are going to see is the new features of Configuration Manager 2203 and some of the prerequisites and some of the things which you need to take care before the SCCM 2203 upgrade, okay, in your production environment. So let's first talk about the approach, right? So the approach should be top down, right? Top to down. So that should be your approach in terms of approaching the upgrade scenario. So for example, if you have a CAS server and child primary servers and secondary servers, then you need to upgrade the cache, and that will take care of the primary server upgrades. If there is no service window, so if there is any service window configured or maintenance window configured on the child primary sites, you might need to adjust that to get the upgrade done on time, right? Otherwise, the primary server will wait for that particular service window to start the upgrade. Okay. And then secondary servers, you need to manually upgrade it. Okay, so there is no other way to automate. Yeah, automation is available, but you need to go to console and upgrade the secondary servers from the console itself. Okay. Then the distribution points, management points, SUPs, those components will automatically get upgraded. So you don't need to worry much about it actually. Okay. So that should be your approach in terms of upgrade approach, right? So CAS servers first, then the child primary servers will automatically happen and take care about the service window. Then secondary servers, you need to initiate the upgrade from the console, and distribution points, SUPs, MPs, those components will automatically get upgraded. Okay. So that is the normal approach you need to take in terms of upgrade. Now let's check the other important announcement which came out with 2203 version of Configuration Manager. And unfortunately, the Mac OS support is going away, as you can see over here, right? So that is something you need to kind of remember, right? And you need to plan for it. They are not going to remove the access immediately or remove the support immediately. This is just an announcement, right? So that you can plan to move your macOS client management workload to some other solutions like Intune, Jam4, Parallels, right? So that is something very, very important if you are managing Mac OS clients from SCCM. Okay. So yeah. Now let's go to the prerequisites, which is very important from SCCM 2203 perspective, and you can see the supported scenarios here. Okay, 2010, if your SCCM or configuration manager is 2010, 2103 or 2107 or 2111, then you will automatically get 2203 version of configuration manager. Okay, and this is the case only after the general availability, not the general availability, the global availability. Now when I'm recording this video, this is the fast ring version of 2203. Okay, so if it is in fasting anyways, you need to run the PowerShell script. Even if you run a PowerShell script on for example 2006 version of SCCM, then it is not the 2203 version is not going to appear because that is not supported. So you should have minimum 2010 version of SCCM to upgrade to 2203. Okay, so hope that is clear. And another important thing is once it is globally available, you should have and you have, if you have online service connection point, then it will automatically appear in your console. The update 2203 update will automatically appear in the console. You don't need to run any PowerShell scripts for that. Okay, so let's go on. Always run the prerequisite check probably 1 week before, or at least 4 or 5 days before, right? So that you will come to know what are the things you need to take care, uh, and you won't get stuck when the actual upgrade is going on. Okay. So SQL requirement, I don't think SQL requirements are changed. It is going to be the same. Take care of 2012 end of support. SQL Server 2012 end of support. It is in 3 to 4 months from now. So it is in July 12th. So you need to take care. And I have some blog posts available to explain and to show you how you can upgrade SQL Server to 2019, right? In place upgrade blog posts are available with HTML. Yeah, you know about the support warnings and things like that, and the OS server OS support, that is also an important scenario here, which you need to take care. Server OS support for the SCCM infrastructure. So the only thing you need to remember is this. Okay, this is next year. You should plan migrating or doing in place upgrade of OS of the SCCM server before 2023, right? So that, or at the start of 2023, right? So I have some blog posts about that also, how to do in place upgrade, etc., etc. Right? These are the supported OS operating system, and I don't think that has changed. And these are other important scenarios, okay, which is very useful to check. Okay, hardware features and the firewall rules, it's not going to change during the upgrade, but I have seen some scenarios where if your firewall or network team is very aggressive, then they close some of the ports regularly if that is not in use. Some of the ports are used only at the time of upgrades, etc., etc., right? If you have a big infrastructure, so you need to take care of firewall rules, otherwise probably during the upgrade you will get stuck. Okay, so upgrade checklist. Checklist is also important. You need to go through the checklist and understand what are the requirements or prerequisites for SCCM 2203. I don't think it has changed significantly from the last version, that is 2111. Offline scenario is another important thing. If your service connection point is offline, you need to go through offline scenario of 2203 upgrade. That is explained in this particular post. You can refer to it. I will link the post in the video description. Okay, so download. Yeah, this is the fast string version download. You need to run the PowerShell script. If it is out of fast string, it will be automatically available. Available to download means it is not downloaded. It is going to get downloaded basically. And run prerequisite check. This is important, as I mentioned. Probably you should check a couple of days before or week before. I would recommend week before, right? You can run the run prerequisite check from here, and you can check the status of it from the monitoring workspace, replicating the content as I mentioned, etc. The entire stuff is explained in that GitHub posts, and you can see this is upgraded, etc., etc. Right? And I think I have covered the upgrade, all these things in the upgrade video, so you don't need to worry. I don't have to go again to this, but now let me show you the features. So the first thing first, why do we need to upgrade to 2203, right? That's a good question. So probably somebody from your organization might ask, maybe 2203 is more secure, and more legacy issues are fixed in 2203. And I don't mind saying there could be some known issues with 2203 that you need to handle separately, but most of the previous versions issues might be fixed already, right? This is apart from the new features, so more secure, and more bug fixes will be available in the latest version of 2203. So it's always better to have this version, latest version installed for current branch of Configuration Manager. Okay, now let's go to the 2203 features, and console dark theme is one of the exciting feature for me, even though somehow it is not, I feel like it is not a finished product, probably because there are some places it still shows white screen. It is not intuitive as, I would say, MEM Admin Center dark theme. Okay, I always use dark theme in MEM Admin Center, specifically if you are using production and pre-production accounts. So for the pre-production, I normally use dark theme, and the production, I use the light theme in MEM Center. Probably you can use that as well. So this is the way how to enable or switch the themes. You can go to this particular option over here, and then switch theme, drop down option, and click on this. That will switch the theme, and then you need to restart the console to get this working. It will automatically work, but probably it's better to restart the console to get the end-to-end experience. Okay. Scan against SUP, CMG SUP preferences over on-prem SUP. That's a good thing, which is implemented in this version of Configuration Manager, and you need to have the client version updated to this to get this. So it is always better to upgrade the client version as soon as possible to the 2203 to get to take advantage of all the new features, right? So over here, this option was already there in the previous versions of Configuration Manager, but in this particular version, they have included the CMG SUP scanning option over the on-prem SUP. That is very useful in many scenarios. Okay. Now, the other important or exciting feature for me is the graphical view of distribution path and status. Content replication is always a pain for SCCM admins if you have hundreds of DPs, right? But so if you have some diagrams like this, then it is going to improve the troubleshooting experience of SCCM admin. So I totally recommend this, and I'm really excited about it. you can get all the error details, state messages, etc., from here if you have some error. But in my scenario, I don't have any error, even though I have three DPs, one remote DP, secondary server DP, and the primary server DP. And this is another SCCM admin or configuration manager admin experience improvement. That is why I'm excited about it, and that is why I'm highlighting this feature. You can now have run script or client action from deployment status view, right? If you go to monitoring, and if you go to monitoring workspace and deployments and select one particular deployment, if you see some errors over there, then you can re run a script to do the troubleshooting, or you can initiate the client actions to quickly check whether your quick fix is kind of fix the issues with that particular deployment or not. That is pretty useful, I think. Okay, this can be done for the entire deployment as well as for the for a particular device. So that is the beauty of it, I would say. There are other improvements also, like management insights. There are a lot of management insights improvements and other improvements which are not covered in this, but you can refer to the documentation to get more details about it. Right? The last one I'm going to share in terms of features is BitLocker recovery password. Uh, you can save BitLocker recovery password to SCCM database, but you need to remember there are some prerequisites, okay, to do that. So you need to be ready with those kind of prerequisites mentioned over here, certificate requirements, etc. By default, it is going to the recovery password is going to Active Directory for all the domain joined devices or hybrid as ready joined devices, right? Um, but from this version, you can ask the task sequence to store the recovery key in configuration manager database itself. So that would be helpful to speed up the end-to-end process of the recovery, even if you want to recover the password immediately after the OS build. These are the main things which I want to discuss in this particular video. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.